Guardian Minister of Nashik and Minister for Water Resources of the state, Honorable Mayor of Nashik, Honorable MLAs, all dignitaries, my colleague Abhishek, and all the invitees. I must congratulate the Municipal Corporation and the Honorable Guardian Minister for having conceptualized this summit for Pan India and bring the technical knowledge, resources to envision a better future for the citizens of Nashik. In fact, Nashik is one of those 10 cities in Maharashtra which have been qualified for being smart cities in the country, in the state. I would not get into the details of what a smart city and what it takes to be a smart city, and what are the parameters of being a smart city. I would just give overview of what I feel about it, since I am also wearing, apart from being a divisional commissioner, hat of additional charge as a Metropolitan Commissioner for Nashik Metropolitan Regional Development Authority. And before this, I was also Metropolitan Commissioner for Pune Metropolitan Region. So coming from that background, I will briefly touch upon what it is to be, what is there in the future, what is in the store for in the future. Why we want smart cities? That's the basic thing. World just 200 years ago was just 3% people were living in urban areas. And in the last 200 years, now today in 2017, 54% population of the world is living in urban areas. So in just 200 years, it took immense leaps and bounds that people have migrated towards cities. Now if you consider Nashik, Nashik was a small village, small hamlet under Kaunai circle. Kaunai was a bigger town, Nashik was a smaller place. But in last 200 years, the entire world has changed, and people are now coming towards urban areas. And since they are coming to urban areas, we have to plan for the better future in urban areas. And if you envision what is the future, probably India is going to be 1.75 billion by 2100, or even before that also. And Maharashtra could be, today the population is about 12 crores, it could be 17 crores. So we have to be ready for very concentrated urban population, and that's why while doing that, we have to plan for a better future. The entire world is going to be congregated around urban areas, but especially China, India, and Africa. The development is going to be coming in these 2-3 regions. Today, 3.5% of the world area is under urbanization, but next 2-3 decades, 9.5% of the world area is going to be under urbanization. So it's a huge urbanization. And especially in Africa, India, and China, 1.2 million square kilometers areas are going to be under urbanization. So it is unprecedented in the history of, in the human history, that next 3-4 decades are going to be the decades that we must watch from the perspective of urbanization. Urbanization is not going to happen everywhere. There are about 50 spots identified across the world where this urbanization is going to get concentrated. Be it Osaka, Nagoya, Tokyo axis, east coast of USA, west coast of USA, or Lagos, or Pretoria, Johannesburg. Home in India, it is NCR, Delhi, or Pune, Nashik, Mumbai. These are the 2 spots that are going to be the most urbanized spots in this region, and 75% population of India is going to be living in urban areas in just next 2-3 decades. So it's going to be turbo urbanization all across the world, and especially India also. So from that perspective, then we need to, if we are going to expand, we must expand smartly rather than being obese or being like octopus kind of development or being amoeba kind of development. It means more, much more, to develop into a very smart world And whatever has happened during last, say, 4,000 years of human history, last 4,000 years, we added about 6.4 crores of roads, 40 lakh kilometers of railways, but much more than that, what we did in last 4,000 years, we are going to add just 3 decades more than what we have done in last 4 decades. So while doing that, and since we have wherewithal above with softwares and computers and futuristic technologies, we must expand these areas, urban areas, into with these smart technologies. And I call this as turbo urbanization. It is not urbanization. My perspective, my take on this is a turbo urbanization. The world, 21st century is going to be the world of the century of turbo urbanization. Anybody may like, may not like, but it has come here and it is going to stay here, and we have to live with it. And this is also going to be the mainstay, because 75% to 80% future employment, 75% to 80% of future GDP of any country is going to come from urban areas. So if that is going to be the place where we are going to live, we are going to earn, we are going to generate wealth, we are going to provide employment, it has to be smart area. How that is to be done? We have got consultants and administrators like Abhishek and you people, we can do that. But this is the canvas that we have to work upon. It's a turbo urbanization canvas. There are 2-3 things. In India, we are, and especially in Maharashtra, we have a growth-centric model. Like say, Igatpuri is developing, expand Igatpuri. Sinnar is developing, expand Sinnar. Ozar is developing, expand Ozar. Nashik is developing, expand Nashik. I think something has gone wrong somewhere. We need to think about well-planned areas where we can have wealth generation and employment opportunities as per design, not as per extension. 2, we have to have a high livability index of any urban areas. Unfortunately, we in India, we do not have a single city within the first hundreds most livable cities in the world. Not a single Indian city qualifies to be a livable city in that index across the world. And so we have to plan for at least to get candidature into the 100 livable cities in the world. And I think Abhishek and the smart city people can definitely think about how to qualify within the 100 livable cities of the world. And of course, eco and sustainability is going to be the major paradigm, because we have damaged this world for last 200 years. We have gone from, say, 1800, the carbon dioxide emission in the atmosphere was about 288 ppm, to it is more than 400 ppm. And cities are one of the major contributors. So while planning, while being smart, we have to think about planning as a tool to reduce the carbon emissions and environmental damages. It's a separate topic which can take 2-3 hours to how planning can be a tool to reduce environmental damages. But smart innovations need to be ingrained into the development plan of smart cities. Now, I am a little confused, and my earlier this was, okay, what is smart? Everybody has got different things. Everybody talks about smartness. I don't know what is smart. So I have got a problem. I have got blood cancer. I have got my arteries blocked. I have got dementia, although I am speaking here. Hypertension, diabetes, osteoporosis, muscular dystrophy, lung cancer, kidney failure, and Alzheimer. I got everything. I got everything. But I can put up nice jacket, nice tie, nice trouser, nice well-cut thing, and I become smart. Do we want this smartness? We have to think about this. We have to really think about this. And fortunately for us, 3 years ago, Honorable Prime Minister, the then Honorable Minister for Urban Development now, who is the Vice President of India, and Honorable Chief Minister, they decided that the cities are really needed to be smart, not with this kind of body, but very robust, muscular body, Atal Mission and all these things, plus smartness. So we cannot segregate these two things. Smartness has to come with the robust systems, robust water supply system, robust transportation, robust road networks, robust, basically everything robust. But what we are missing is about this particular aspect. Smartness is okay. Nobody comes to live in urban areas. Nobody comes to live in city just for the sake of living. The basic thing about being smartness and living in the city is about what economic activity it is going to give me. If it is going to give me economic activity, then only I will come to urban area. Otherwise, I will not come to urban areas. And this is the most missing part in planning for smartness. Smart cities have to plan for economic activities. Otherwise, these are going to be dead cities. So this is you do not have to go in for search of anything. There are about 21 parameters how a city can be smart, how a city can be muscular, how a city can be robust, how a city can be pleasant. And that comes from the ISO 37120 to begin with. And there are innovations you can do, but unfortunately we normally do not take into account what it takes to be a smart and what is to be sustainable communities. I would just want to flag one issue. We are now talking about smart cities. We are talking about third urbanization, but it is also conjoined with fourth industrial revolution, and it sends shivers in my body, because fourth industrial revolution is going to pose so many opportunities and problems also. Fourth industrial revolution is going to cut down the jobs. Robotics, artificial intelligence, cognitive analytics, these are going to take away the jobs, and jobs that we see today, 65% today's jobs are going to get vanished in next 15, 20 years. They could be replaced by some other jobs, may not be replaced. And post World War II, we have largest class called middle class. But fourth industrial revolution can also bring the largest class called jobless people, class of jobless people. And from that perspective then, how to plan smart cities to take shock of fourth industrial revolution, we have to ingrain it into the planning prospects of urban areas, smart cities, as how to reap the benefits of fourth industrial revolution rather than rather than to fall prey to the largest class of jobless people. With this, I think I have given little food for thought. You must dwell upon this whole day and plan for these smart cities on this background. And I hope Nashik itself is a very bubbling economic activity of the city. It's a part of axis of Nashik, Mumbai, Pune. It's also one of those 50 centers around the globe which are going to get urbanized. And therefore, since the Honorable Minister is here, sir, in this aspect, what we have to do is our bureaucracy is trained for management of rural areas. When people get into the administration, we are trained to be in rural areas. Since Maharashtra is having 45% of urban areas, we need to have very dedicated cadre right from the beginning to plan for the urban areas and plan for the management of smart cities. So this is one thing that is going to go a long way. Second is about how to bring economic activity into the cities. This is also going to be the major challenge. Otherwise, I don't want to name the city like Detroit. Detroit, what a story Detroit, you know, after Second World War, it really developed, and today what Detroit is. Could be with fourth industrial revolution, cities could be Detroits. So if we want to avoid the Detroitism, I call it as Detroitism, like this thing, we must think about how to avoid the disease that is called, or syndrome that is called Detroitism. I wish all the best for this conference, and I thank everybody for sharing my thoughts. Thank you very much.